I'm sorry, why is Britney Spears always at a gas station?
Always at a gas station.
Love her.
Yeah.
I mean,
but doesn't that make you feel safe?
Oh, absolutely. Always at a gas station.
If Britney
always
Spears isn't at a
7-Eleven.
gas station, something is going really sinister in the world.
Right. She does a lot of her best work at gas stations, at sort of convenience stores.
Yeah, she needs to have like a bag of Cheetos.
Right.
You know, and like Surge. Oh no.
Missing.
Greg?
Missing.
I thought this was a duet.
Missing.
Oh, so you're just gonna sing all the parts? Those are not the right sounds. Can you hear me?
Bonk.
Welcome to Miss Thing.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Tim, and this is a podcast that celebrates and appreciates the Miss Things of the past, present, and future.
Yeah, in every episode, we take a key moment from our Miss Thing storied career and do what we do best, which is make it all about us.
Yes.
And we're here. We're ready. A-balls in.
Okay, I don't know what you're saying.
Wait, you've not heard of the new sensation sweeping the nation, the A-ball?
I've heard of an 8-ball.
Oh, well, I mean, it's just as uncouth to talk about. So wait, the A-ball is this new gay device, I would call. That allows you to have, I'm so sorry to say this so early in the podcast, anal sex on the go.
Is that what the A stands for?
You know?
Yeah.
I had not thought about it before, but I think that's right.
Yes. Oh, wait, so this is the thing that you were telling me about where it is, you stick something up your hoo-ha.
Yeah.
And then it just like dissolves and slowly cleans you out.
Yeah, you're ready to go. No. It's ready to, it allows you to be ready to go at a moment's notice. So, you know, as the famous thing, not to get too in-depth, but the famous thing with,
bottoming.
I'm gonna whisper. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Is that it can get a little messy. I mean, we know how that goes. But so basically, what it is like a little like ball.
Yeah.
And you insert it like when you don't have time and you're a gal on the go.
Yeah.
You know, you just got out your businesswoman special lunch and you need it now. You can insert it up the butt. I am so sorry.
Yeah. No, please, so you're educating.
Yeah, and apparently it essentially blocks everything. So I don't know what. Maybe it expands. There's something in it, and like so. Basically, for once, you know, the backside is a one-way street. It's like an opposite day one-way street.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, and I also don't know exactly
it sounds like then the person is just shoving it farther up there. It sounds like they're fucking a ball, and would that hurt? And then also is the other person feeling like, oh my god, a ball is going deeper and deeper, and then you have to go to the hospital.
Hey, well, exactly. Well, that's the thing. I think like now it's not an object that could get lodged. Maybe,
but is there? And you just push it out?
So what happens, I think, is it expands, and then after a while, I don't know when or how, it like dissolves. So then it comes out in your next bowel movement. But
I don't like any of this.
I don't like it either.
I think that there's too many chances for it to go wrong.
Right.
I'm thinking of famously... we have a friend, well, it's more of a friend's friend who was like an ER nurse, and she would always say that the main thing that would be people sticking things up their butt.
Well, that's the thing. I think people are out here sticking things up their butt.
Might as well stick something up that dissolves.
Yeah, it's going to clog you up and then dissolve apparently and just come out whenever you're unclogged.
I mean, I think that like, if something else is already going to be inserted during bottoming, you don't want multiple things. You're basically like double penetrating.
Well, exactly. I mean,
and whatever floats your boat.
Right.
You know?
And some people just can't get enough. So it works for some and for many, and hopefully the product works if you need it.
And speaking of A-balls, We will happily sponsor us.
Sponsor us. We will talk about it first thing on our podcast. And again, we're plugged with an 8-ball. Right now.
And we're doing an 8-ball.
Yeah, we're doing an 8-ball. So if you...
That's actually, in order to get to be okay with the 8-ball, you have to do an 8-ball beforehand.
Right. And that's the thing. But an 8-ball will really get movement down there. So you kind of need an 8-ball. It's
sort of chicken or the egg.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Some people could use that at the club for sure.
I think it's time for our first segment.
I think so too. Yeah. Say it with me. Dod Mom Sauce, aka Doll of the Day. Doll of the moment and Doll of the Sauce.
Well, kind of goes
this
with.
week. Yeah. Doll of the Day, Mother of the Moment, Sister of the Second. Our first
and most famous
segment where we take a person, place, or thing that we are currently super obsessed with. Yeah. And you know what, Tim? I'm going to go first.
Please.
There is something happening in my house that I just cannot get enough of. It is the TikTok videos of those two girls putting the grapes in their mouth.
Oh,
and trying to sing.
So good.
This is the funniest thing I've ever experienced in my life. They've done like a few videos since the first one. The first one has been seen like billions of times and has like so many likes. I've watched it. I swear 300 times. Like when I need a good laugh, I am watching these two girls. They are so us. They're so good time gal, just like going for the laugh and like doing weird, unafraid to look unsexy.
That I agree because you know me, I am not a singer. I don't like singing. It is the last thing that brings me joy. But if I put grapes in my mouth, wait, I actually also for the first time in ages have grapes. So maybe we should do that after the pod.
I would love. I don't like to like do other people's like trends and ideas, but like. I want to do this for like the love of the game because
I think we should put the grapes up our butt and then try to sing.
We should do 2 A-balls in our upper lip. Yeah. See what happens. It's a good testing ground.
While grapes are in our butt.
Then we get the best of both worlds.
Yeah. What comes out first?
These girls are so funny. The whimsy. I really think we need to try it.
Yeah. It feels like just like inner kid coming out to play.
And I love there's the one, they're both so funny, but like the one with like the really long hair, like she's so me where she really gets into like the song too. You could tell despite the grapes, like she's really ready to perform. She's always like, you could see it in her eyes. And I just really relate to like their mania and their joy and their laughter. And I'm loving it so much.
I'm also impressed because they play the song behind them.
Well, that's a TikTok thing.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I wouldn't know the words. Well, actually, if the song is playing, I mean, this is a famous thing that people don't talk about,
right?
But like, I feel like, and this is everyone, but it's like if a song is playing, I know every single word to it. The minute that song isn't playing, I can't even tell you the title
or the melody.
No.
Never cannot dip down into what it sounds like, who sings it, or what.
When Rosie O'Donnell's Christmas album comes on, or Rosalia's Lux comes on, I'm bilingual while that album is on. The minute it comes off, I'm like, hola. ¿Cómo estás?
No, I'm octolingual. And whenever Lux is on. And us at the concert, we will be singing every single word incorrectly, for sure.
In an accent.
No, but it could not. No, thinking about that, I could not name a song on Lux right now or tamp down on a melody at all.
Yeah.
But we should actually do Grape Challenge with Lux.
That would be perfect.
Rosalia would love that. She can come on the pod and we'll do it together.
I cannot wait for that concert.
I'm actually avoiding spoilers.
Oh, I've seen a little bit and I like...
Oh, I'm seeing visuals and I'm like, I gotta not look. Because I don't want... Because it's gonna blow your mind.
I saw this moment, and we can cut this.
Yeah.
But she's in like Europe, and it was like... and paparazzi are like filming her, and she just wanted to go on a walk by herself. Like clearly, it was like one of those moments where she was like, I just need to go on a walk and like clear my head.
Yeah,
and it's like written all over her face, and then the paparazzi are following her, and then she just like goes up to them and is like, hey guys, like I need this walk.
Yeah.
And she was like, can you just like take the photos now? And like it was the first time I've like seen the paparazzis be like they got their photos and like, yeah, of course. And I was so impressed with how she handled the situation.
Yeah.
Because it also looked like she was going through something.
Right.
And you would think that's when they're gonna like hound. But I think there's that inner light within her that they were just like, yep, we respect you. Thank you for letting us know. And and then they just stayed and they let her walk off.
Well, Rosalia is a benevolent queen, first and foremost. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I am feeling like the paparazzi more than... I feel like we're back in like the early 2000s with the paparazzi. Like they're really hounding celebrities, and I'm seeing like lots of videos of like, guys, stop. And I'm like, really? Paparazzi still exist?
Did you see, this is so you, did you see yesterday Britney Spears was smoking a cigarette out of her window with it was cracked just like a little 1/4 inch in the cigarette. She was at a gas station and you knew it was her just from the cigarette.
I'm sorry, why is Britney Spears always at a gas station?
Always at a gas station.
Love her. Yeah. I mean,
but doesn't that make you feel safe?
Oh, absolutely. She's always at a gas station.
If Britney Spears isn't at a gas station, something is going really sinister in the world.
Right. She does a lot of her best work at gas stations, at sort of convenience stores.
Yeah, she needs to have like a bag of Cheetos.
Right.
You know, and like Surge.
Britney Spears is so Surge coded. Yeah. Like
that's how she made Blackout.
On Surge. In a complete Surge blackout.
Yeah.
She was greened out.
That to me is like, if we haven't seen Britney Spears at a gas station in a couple months, like that is a recession indicator.
Yeah, someone check on her.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Is Britney okay?
Yeah.
Leave Britney alone. Well, we can't. Yeah. We need to see her
at a gas station. Yeah.
But Tim, I think we're going to do grapes later.
Yeah.
But what is your dog mom sauce?
Okay, well, I am only 24 years late to this.
God.
So I'm that right on it. Right. Gennifertias.
Uh-huh.
But I recently discovered on Netflix Kath and Kim. Never seen it. I know. I feel like I didn't officially like understand what it means to be gay until I saw Kath and Kim.
Wow. This is huge.
Have you seen?
Of course, start to finish.
Okay, I'm almost done with season 1.
Oh, you have got so much to go.
The theme song alone.
The Joker is me.
Yes.
That's what. And Lady Gaga, when she did her like Harlequin album, that was like the lead single. Her doing the Kath and Kim theme song. That's why like no one could take Harlequin seriously, because she was doing Kath and Kim.
I was always on the outside, you know, being like, what are these jokes? I don't get them. And
it's so low key. Like they're so Australian. It's so understated, but they are like Ginsu knives slicing you up. It's so good.
So the writing, the acting, it is so funny. And it's for us just coming off of our comeback episode. Yeah, I'm like, these are companion pieces. Like it is so like, if you appreciate the comeback, you are going to appreciate Kath and Kim. Like it is, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like an Australian show from the early 2000s about like a mother-daughter team, as well as like there's others, but those are the two.
Like a dysfunctional mother and daughter duo. They're kind of like, hate to say it, white trash.
Yes, they did a remake. The most I knew about it was they did a remake.
Selma Blair and Molly Shannon. I know, which I'm NBC.
Also kind of like, I feel like that. Like they could bring that back.
They could, and they could do like a new version of it now. But because it was such a huge hit in Australia, they brought it here. But they weren't like capturing the magic correctly.
I mean, this is another trend. I'm mad at you because I was literally like, I feel like Greg has watched this, and he never once told me to watch it, and I'm like, what's wrong? Are you mad at me?
I think I have told you, but I just knew you weren't in the space. You need to come to it at the right moment in your life. It's also very ab fab. Like to me, it's that international the women duo.
And I give this credit to my grandma. My grandma introduced me to ab fab at like very young, and then I turned gay.
That show, yeah, I'm sorry. You press play on those AbFab DVDs and
I had the VHS.
Oh, that's
my grandma was cool. I'm literally like, I can't even, like, I look back now. And this is a tangent. This
She's
is what we
very
would do.
international.
We would watch AbFab, and then she would make me a blueberry bagel with strawberry cream cheese.
Whoa, fruity,
literal fruit.
Yeah, exactly.
And then my mom was shocked that I was gay. It's like, well, your mom did this to me,
right? Yeah. That's like when my cousins used to come for the summer. They would come to New Jersey from for the summer, and then we'd like go to the beach. But then we would bond over watching Golden Girls for like 7 hours a day on Lifetime. And at first I was like, no, I don't want to watch this show. And then they got me into it. Then I became more obsessed, and I was watching Golden Girls truly 24/7. Like, loved it so much, couldn't turn it off, was reciting it like by the end of the summer. When a family member, there are certain family members, it is nature versus nurture. It's very chicken or the egg. It's like, who turned you gay in your family? Like, which female person in your family turned you gay by making you watch a funny female-led show?
100%.
Oh my god, I can't believe you're in for such a journey. When she's doing the like lesbian, she's seeing all the gay iconography around. She's like, oh!
That episode is so good, and it's like a lot of it doesn't hold up because like so much of the jokes, for one, is just like fat jokes, but it's also so funny at the same time.
Oh my god!
I think it's also just revolutionary in the sense of like. They are so unlikable, and like us for having worked in TV for so long, always the note is like, well, these people are unlikable. What are their redeeming qualities?
Right.
And it's almost like that, and it's similar to so many shows time and time again where it's like it could not have been made in America, and that's probably why it didn't work. The American remake is because it's like you need to have like why we love them is because they're so irredeemable and they're saying the things that other people wouldn't say.
That is so exciting. Gennifertias, if you have not watched Kath and Kim and you like this podcast, watch that show. It is highly recommended. It's gay iconography. Like most gays, have watched it or will come to it at some point in their life. So you want to be ready to go when that moment happens. I'm so happy to know you're going through that right now. And also, by the way, give it a few episodes. Like you have to catch its rhythm. Because you probably will miss the fact that they're joking at first until you hear something and you're like, wait, that's really, really funny.
That's how I feel about The Comeback too, where it's like you have to get in, and that's all great shows where it's like it's so like you're like, what is happening? And then you get into the rhythm of it and you're like, oh, this is completely original. I've never seen anything like it before, and yet it's also so universal.
Wait, but we have to do our new segment. We have to do this every week now because it's my new favorite thing. Who's the one good straight guy this week?
Okay. I said this last week. It's gonna take a while to like kind of build up stamina to think of like who is like a straight guy that I can stand.
Oh, sure.
This week?
Well, I have one.
Okay, go.
And it kind of ties into our missed thing, so it's a little bit of a spoiler alert. Tom Holland.
Oh, that's great.
A really unproblematic thing. I think there's a rumor that him and Zendaya are married.
Yeah.
Or maybe they're not.
I think they are.
I think they are too.
Yeah.
But I've been seeing like old interview clips of him, like talking about sobriety and talking about like how he like doesn't like Hollywood, even though he's like truly one of Hollywood's like leading man. I just think he's really normal, and I think he's a really good actor, and he's so cute.
Yeah, Tom Holland is like one of the few good ones, and I really love how he talks about Zendaya. And like seeing clips of him, there's like a compilation that I'll see sometimes of like during any of the press junkets for Spider-Man. It's like they arrive to the red carpet at different times, like they get ready, and then whenever she arrives, she always obviously arrives second,
right?
And then it's like a clip of him always being like, if that's Zendaya, like he gets so excited to see his girlfriend and what she's like, wearing, he will like stop interviews to be like, wait, I have to see her.
He's so us.
Yeah,
he's he is all of us. Yeah, as famously sung by Ariana DeBose.
Right. Exactly.
You are. Who is it that is all of us? Well, Viola Davis, my woman king.
The woman king.
Angela Bassett did the thing. Viola Davis, my woman king. all the ladies in the room. I'm just going through it in my head. It's like A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I got to go through the whole song.
That's like how you make sure that you're mentally with it. Like some people do crossword puzzles. You do that every morning. Like, still got it.
I can't remember who is all of us. Well, we'll get back to it.
I think, because I'm like kind of A to seeing it, which is, I'm going to say Conan O'Brien. I think Conan is, to me, someone who I'm just like, what a steady king throughout this industry. One, like best friends with Lisa Kudrow, which is like, and they dated too. So it's like for them to still be on good terms. You know he's a good guy. He's famously known for being incredibly nice. Yeah. Very funny. And I think like even when some of the stuff that he does like doesn't hit, he's the first person to like call himself out for it.
Love that. That's such a great comedic bit. Yeah. Well, moving on. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And
they don't all land. That's actually mine.
And did you see him on Chicken Shop Date?
No.
Well, he was on Chicken Shop Date, and he was basically
99.99% of your time
watching Chicken Shop Date.
Watching interviews, of course.
It is what brings me joy, and he was on it basically being like, this is my life low, having to come to the show.
That is so funny. Okay, Tom Holland, Conan O'Brien. I like that. I like that pairing.
Great pairing.
Okay, and with that. We're back. And it's time for our Miss Thing of the Week.
Yes. And we've been waiting for this Miss Thing, and it's finally here.
I mean, and we have plenty of opportunities to do her, but we were sort of waiting for the very first moment we could. Yeah. Our Miss Thing is having an enormous year.
Yeah. Let's get
right into it. Our Miss Thing this week is Zendaya.
I mean, going off of going off of what you just said, I was thinking about this, and she is every so often a starlet has a Rachel McAdams year. And by that I mean they have a year that will go down in history as just like shows their range. I don't want to necessarily say their pinnacle, but it's the year that you will remember them for.
That they're in every single movie.
And showing their range. And this year, it's Zendaya.
Zendaya's having her Rachel McAdams year.
Everyone, hold on to your hats, because this is what's coming out for Zendaya. She's right now promoting the drama. Then, like, next week it's Euphoria. Then she has The Odyssey and Spider-Man.
Oh, right, Spider-Man.
And, oh my God. And she caps off the year basically being the new star of Dune 3. Because she is the lead of it this time.
And also, we're forgetting Shrek.
Oh,
she's also in the
she's in Shrek. But I think that actually just got pushed to the following year. But thank God, because it's give her a break.
Thank God for her. Yeah. She's not gonna be home.
It is. And then the other thing, which we can talk about, because I know we'll eventually do them, but I was thinking about this. There's two other people who are in contention for the Rachel McAdams year.
I'm so glad you're bringing this up. Say it on the count of three. 1, 2, 3. Anne Hathaway.
I mean, it's those credits. It's like Mother Mary, Devil Wears Prada 2, that new, like, The Last House on the Right with Elm Street or something.
Which I just heard about. Yeah. The Odyssey. What else does she have?
I think that's, but then the one I'm thinking of, this is sort of the Rachel McAdams route of like, you're going to win the Oscar. Oh. And to me, it's Sandra Hüller, which is Project Hail Mary. Then she just like won some big European thing for like some like gender swapped where she's like supposedly playing a man. Okay. And then she's in that Inertias.
The Birdman guy?
It's like that Tom Cruise like Digger, you know? Oh. Sounds not good that I'm saying it, but it's called Digger. It's called Digger.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, I'm like, so those three are in contention. Sure. But we already know who's going to win, which is Zendaya. Oh, my Every year we will call out from now on who is going to have their Rachel McAdams year.
I love that. Yeah. Like, oh my God, that's so... Yeah. I'm so glad you brought up that there are other contenders this year, but Zendaya has a movie releasing every single week.
Yeah. And rightfully so. This is what I love about Zendaya. I think that to me, there is no one else that comes close to like capturing what it means to be a modern movie star.
Yes.
And like capital A-list, where it's like the thing that she does celebrity right in the sense of it's like she knows how to play the game, but she's being authentic.
Yes.
Which is, she is the ultimate fashion it girl.
Can wear anything and also going like above and beyond wearing crazy like cool things like that Dune look where she was in the metal like
I mean, and then did you see what she wore last night or the blue?
No, I haven't.
She wore, so she's doing for this press tour, she's doing something, the famous like phrase like something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue.
Because the drama of course is about a wedding.
So the first look she wore was the very first time she went to the Oscars 10 years ago, she wore a wedding dress and then like revamped it, and then for her something old, and it's also a wedding themed movie, she's wearing that same wedding dress. Then her something new was just like a stunning white looking dress. And then she did something borrowed. She borrowed, and this is what I'm talking about, taste. Cate Blanchett's famous like black cans dress from like 10 years ago. She called up Kate and said, this dress is iconic. Can I borrow it?
Okay, literally where we need to be in life, calling up Cate Blanchett.
And then she did an archival blue like peacock feather thing last night that is the most stunning look she's done since the Dune look.
Wow. But I mean, she continues to top herself, not only on the red carpet, but in acting. Movies. Yeah. This is a girl who got her start on a Nickelodeon television show. Yeah. But she's just like, she's so unproblematic. Yeah. She's always been unproblematic. She's so intelligent. That she knows like exactly how to play the media correctly as well, while being so authentic. And I think it's just genuinely because she's like a good person, a cool person, and talented, and just like,
I think she is in it for the right reasons, which is like she really loves the act of filmmaking and acting, and she's like a student of the art, where it's like what she cares about, and she says this in her interviews, where it's like, I love, my favorite thing is not the press, it's like learning from the DPs and the crew and the directors and surrounding myself, like that's when I'm at my happiness. And you can tell because like she wouldn't be doing 5 movies in less than 12 months if it wasn't that she was like obsessed with it, and she's just going back and forth between all these different things. And back to what I was saying about like why she's the modern movie star, there is something about her that is like, she gives you just enough to make you feel like she is like the every woman that she is best friend, but she's mysterious. She keeps things back. Like, I don't think we've had a like mysterious like it girl in such a long time, in the sense of she's very private. We still don't know if she's married to Tom.
Right.
And she is like, if she's not working, like you will get these pap shots, but like you really don't see her or know that much about her in the, it's like she disappears. She's very Adele. Like she disappears and then she comes out and then she will like do the machine. She's like, okay, I will do all the press, but she's not out here doing anything when it's not for the movie. Same with like her Instagram. It's like dead until, oh, Dune 3 here. Oh, here's the Odyssey. Oh, whatever.
Right. And then it's like strictly promotional. Exactly. And it's like, oh, and here's like my Dior campaign. And like, yes, I was working on that, but like, I don't constantly need your attention and validation. Like I can find that within. I can find that in my relationships. I can find that at home. Yeah. But I think what's so interesting about her is like, I think she can also sort of be, well, not anymore, but I think she probably could have been like, you're kind of like, you're a star. You're this, you're not necessarily an actress. And yet now we're seeing her really work with the very, very best directors. And I think she brings this like A-list personality to these very, very prestige projects. Like she's both in high quality acting pieces, and also bringing herself to that. Like she can mold a project around her, like, if that makes sense. It's a really half-formed
I think it's
thought.
like I saw her during this press tour for the drama, which is why we're doing her this time. Which is like I'm forgetting it's like Christopher Borgli. I can't pronounce his last name, but he did Dream Scenario with Nick Cage last with and he is like a big in demand kind of up and coming like new auteur that everyone wants to work with. And Zendaya can have her pick of the litter, and she had to like the word on the street industry was, Robert Pattinson was talking about this. It was like, he found out about it because the industry was saying Zendaya is aggressively pursuing this one where everyone is throwing movies at her, obviously, because she has like the most Instagram followers and she's in the biggest movies and TV shows.
Right.
And she's like, no, I want to go for these auteurs, these people who are going to like make sure that like my career is on the right path, that I'm doing things that like push me.
Yeah.
And off of what you're saying, I feel like she is like, she's aware that maybe they're not going to necessarily think of her because of like,
because she's so big,
because she's in like Spider-Man, and so they're thinking she's more of a star and not an actress. And she's like, no, I can do both, and also I can use this to your advantage, which is like, then when it comes, like, I will be your biggest asset, which is like, I will then promote the living hell out of it.
Right.
I will use my fashion, like, because she knows like that she loves fashion, but she
draw.
also knows that she has created this whole new avenue that other actresses have not done.
Right.
Which is now we all care about more so than any other modern, I think, star of like, what is Zendaya going to wear? Like, can you think of another Miss thing that you're literally like, some of them are fashionable, but like, we all know that if there's one person that we're like, what is she going to wear on the red carpet? It's her.
Well, not for nothing. Zendaya also is such a new figure of the red carpet, in the sense that like when she was coming up, it's important to bring this up that when Fashion Police was still a thing.
Oh, right.
And remember, Juliana Rancic got fired from her job on Fashion Police by saying something uncouth about Zendaya. You can look it up. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to repeat it.
And Zendaya called her out.
And Zendaya called her out. And that dismantled the old guard of Fashion Police and actually like making fun of what people wear on the red carpet or making fun of people for like how they looked. She literally came up, was a key figure in dismantling that, and is now a key figure in creating what the red carpet is now. I just thought of that.
She's also like there's just something you can tell that she has integrity. I feel like,
definitely.
And I think it comes through in so many small actions where it's like she integrity in how she like divides her personal life and her like professional life, in the sense of like, she is protecting like her family, her Tom, like she will reference these things, but she's like, no, I want to like keep this sacred. And also like the thing I think about too, which she didn't have to do, and it also shows that it's like, when the rising diva lifts all divas, which is, she has, not that I would say she hasn't made him, but at the same time, that relationship is integral, which is like, she could, if she didn't continuously prop up Law, even though like Law and her work in tandem, and Law has also made her a star. They've made each other stars, and they're both very aware of it, where it's like, Zendaya at a certain point could have been like, well, now I'm A-list, so I can have my pick of the litter and do whoever, but she was like, no, this person like made me the star. And I'm sticking with him. And same with him, where it's like, and that is something that she didn't have to do.
It's a really interesting point.
I feel like, and she's done that like time and time again with other small, like she just talked about recently when she was at the Oscars this year about how, and people forget about this, she was on Dancing with the Stars before she like went right after Disney, but like before The Greatest Showman, you know, before she had like made her big.
I forgot about that.
I know.
Too.
She was on Dancing with the Stars, and she was saying like, people forget that like, you need to be like, not just because she was like, I'm just this way naturally, but it's like, I think people don't understand that it's like, you need to be nice to everyone because they come back around. So she's like, a lot of the people from my Disney days, from my Dancing with the Stars days, like they are running the Oscars. Like those are the people who are the head producers for the Oscars. And so people are always shocked that they're like, you know everyone. And she's like, yeah, these people raised me. These people are the ones. And they're always like, good, like keep going. Like we got you, girl. Like you look stunning. We love everything that you've done. And she's like, people are amazed at how well, like, that like people that I'm connected. She's like, I'm really not that connected. I just, the people that I make along the way, I don't forget them, and I make sure to like keep up that relationship. And it's like, it sadly should be commonplace, but it's not.
Yeah, it is. It's such an interesting point. Like, it feels like she's really into collaboration.
Yeah. And the other thing that I love about her is like her Oakland comes out, where it's like when the interviewers get a little too like, are you married to Tom, or doing things, like she kind of throws it back in this kind of like, watch yourself.
Yeah.
But it's like so winning and charming, and she like does it with like a laugh and kind of like a flair.
Yeah.
That I'm like, she knows how, like, I just can't keep coming back to, like, she is the modern movie star and everyone knows it.
Completely agree.
Yeah.
And I think that's a perfect opportunity to make this all about ourselves.
Yeah.
And I would actually love to go first.
Please.
Off of what you were just talking about how like the Oakland comes out.
Yeah.
So to me, Zendaya, whenever I see her in anything, like, I think she's so charming and so winning and so interesting. But to me, I feel like she is like the queen of like reaction acting.
Yeah.
Like, she's always like making a face. She's she's so did I do that coded, like, with all of her acting. And that is so like my bag of tricks when I was an actor, when I was younger.
Yeah.
You know, not to say I wouldn't dabble. Casting directors, please feel free. You know, I am open. Tech Avail, LANY, you know, or wherever. So to me, like, I keep thinking back to when I was younger, and I used to do this summer program at the Paper Mill Playhouse in New Jersey, which is like it's a really big regional theater, but they used to have this summer program that I would do. You had to audition for. It was like not easy. Anne Hathaway did it.
Yeah.
By my neighbor.
She's her neighbor.
Growing up, having her Rachel McAdams year. That was her first Rachel McAdams year.
Yeah.
When she would do the
Hathaway
summer.
is kind of always having a Rachel McAdams year.
Anne Hathaway. But Anne Hathaway, talk about like, I mean, riding the wave of up and down. And we will get into her.
She will spoiler alert, she's gonna be a Miss Thing very soon.
ASAP.
Yeah.
But I think back to like, I was a fat kid. I've brought this up on the podcast before, and short as well. So I had to rely on my funny. You know, that was sort of like how I survived. But I was so desperate to be seen and on the stage that I was always sort of like the sidekicky, kind of like funny person. And I was never quite sure what it was that like made me that. So we had to do like a song study class essentially. So you would like go up in front of everyone and you would like do your like a solo song.
Okay.
And then they would like give you notes, you do it again. That's sort of like based on what their
This sounds like my nightmare.
I know.
And your like heaven.
It was my nightmare at the time. And at that time, it was not my nightmare. In college, it was my nightmare.
Yeah.
And now I just don't do it anymore. But
well, you do it every week on the pod.
Well,
but
podcast, of course. Give me a song, I'll sing it. Put some some A-balls in my lips. that would...
I had to smack the A-balls out of Greg's lips just to get us on the pod today.
Totally. And they dissolved inside. And I don't know what's going to happen next. But one day, the teacher... They were like, you know, I went back, I did it again, and I was like, or whatever it was, like just doing my version of that. And at the end of the song, she was like, you know, what makes you so funny and what makes you so good is when you do that signature Greg Trimmer deflated tire face, where it looks like all the air came out of your face. And I was like, oh, that's an interesting way to say it. I'm like, can you demonstrate? And she went...
Okay, everyone, you have to go to YouTube to see the face that Greg just made. I'm not even going to describe it because...
You've probably seen it because I feel like...
Yeah, it's usually the cover art for a lot of our stuff. But you're only getting half the story.
Totally.
So
if you're
go to
not
YouTube and follow us. Yeah.
So I thought... Yeah. I immediately thought back to that day.
Yeah.
And I realized like that's what it was.
Yeah.
Was my reactions, my face, my deflated tire face. You know, some people over-rely on their smarts. Some people over-rely on their pretty. But I'm over-reliant on that deflated tire face. Yeah. And that has carried me for so long. But it was so nice for someone to sort of like point that out. It was hard to hear at the time, but that deflated tire face has gotten me really far.
I mean, I'm also just impressed because the face that you make for that deflated tire face, it's really hard to keep singing during that face. There's so much going on that to make notes during it.
Well, it was after every single line.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like...
Yeah.
Like, and then I'd get a laugh, and then I'd go back into it. Even in like a sad song, I was doing deflated tire face. Well, Tim, how do you make Zendaya all about you?
Okay, well, when I think of Zendaya, I'm obviously currently the drama is, you know, ruminating in my head. And
You're the drama.
I'm the drama.
That's the secret.
That's the secret. Actually, yeah, it's like
she's like, I watch Miss Thing on YouTube,
and then they're like, "What?
Like,
I can't marry you?
It'll destroy a marriage."
Yeah. But that makes me think of, and also famously, when I think of Zendaya, I also think of the fashion.
Oh,
so there's two things, and that makes me think of this story. And I'm not sure, you could have been there for this. I don't remember. Were you there the Halloween that I dressed as Snapchat? I don't think so.
This was
okay. So that was when Snapchat was the new girl. New girl on the block.
Just 10 years in.
Exactly. And so a dear friend of mine, but I'm going to change some names for this story out of privacy because I'm like Zendaya and I've got integrity.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
And so there was a Halloween where I dressed as Snapchat. A group of us gays were eventually going to go out in West Hollywood. It's like it's like honestly too much, but to go to West Hollywood for Halloween is like truly end of the world vibes. It's like 700 million people go.
Yeah.
But it is actually kind of fun to see all the costumes. And
it's sloppy.
It's very sloppy, but it's like sort of a rite of passage when you first come to LA, especially when you're gay. You're like, oh, I got to go to West Hollywood to see like the craziness of Halloween in WeHo. Of course.
Yeah, that's like the first thing you do. Whenever anyone moves to LA, I feel like they're always moving like the week before Halloween.
And then randomly. People will ask years later to go, and you're like, I can't actually do that to myself
Not
anymore.
going anywhere near that.
But it's like going to Times Square for New Year's.
Of course.
You know, and so...
Which I do every year.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's sort of your vibe. You doing deflated tire face as the ball drops behind Ryan Seacrest.
And it's like everyone's like kissing and like doing the like swirly things, and meanwhile I'll go...
Yeah, exactly. At the stroke of midnight. When they see that face, they kiss.
Me pissing in the diapers that I've worn because of people that like run to the front and like wear diapers. So they just stand there and piss all day all over themselves.
Never thought about
that.
Shit. Wow.
Disgusting. Yeah. What a way to ring in the new year.
You're kind of being psychic about my story. Not really, but I'll make it about that.
I'm concerned.
Okay, so all of us were excited to go to this. It wasn't even to go to like the parade, but there was like this big fun party happening in WeHo. But first,
my phone did not ring.
Like I literally think this was like the year before you moved here.
Oh, okay.
And so, but I couldn't remember. It was like it's either like very early friendship for us or the year before. I can't remember.
I moved after Snapchat started.
Yeah. And so. Cut to like me and a group of gays were like, okay, we're gonna go to this fun party, but I was like, wait, but I also know this really fun party that we can go to beforehand and like pregame, and then we'll go to the fun party. And everyone's like, okay, sure. So then we all go. We're going to this party. We get there, and it's like pretty early, and like we walk in expecting there to be like truly like the party of the century. There's like no one there.
Oh god.
And then everyone's like looking at me being like, yo, like you said that this was like a fun party, and I'm like, no, yeah, it's like early, like it's gonna be really fun. And then like the host is like, okay, everyone has to put their stuff in the coat room. So we go all put our stuff in the coat room, and they're like
so boring to begin with.
And then
an
again,
empty coat room because no one's there.
Everyone's kind of like, why do there's no one here, why is there even like a coat room? And I'm like, guys, it's gonna be like crazy pretty soon. Like just everyone's like, okay, we trust you.
Oh god.
And then like after a while, like trickles, very small trickles of people, but I'm like, see, look at it. It's like
in
happening.
And right out the door. Yeah, they clock your tea.
No, it's just enough for everyone to sort of be like, okay, maybe there's some hope for this party.
Oh, okay. I was thinking you're the A-ball, and they come in, go right back out.
No. And then I'm like, a friend, well, for this story, we'll just call them Zendaya.
Oh, okay. Zendaya
so my
was
friend
at this
Zendaya,
dead party.
So one of the gays, well, maybe Zendayo. Zendayo
totally.
is at the party, a good friend of mine. And they're talking, and they're very much like, we have, leading up to the party, and like at different pockets was just being like, I'm having some issues with my boyfriend, Tom, let's say.
Sure.
You know?
Okay.
And so then I'm like,
they're very private. So
very
be
private.
Be careful with what you share.
Exactly. I know. I'm so sorry, Zendayo. And so then I'm like, they're like, basically like, I don't know, like, I'm just like having a lot of doubts, and we're talking about it. And then I'm just like, I'm like, okay, well, like, let's just like enjoy the party. You know?
Were just watching Doubt at the party, Meryl Streep in Doubt.
Everyone probably wishes they were doing that at this party.
You thought you were having like a conversation, but you were actually just watching the feature film Doubt.
The best acting for Viola Davis and Meryl Streep.
Oh anyway, my God. So the snot that started it all.
That, I mean, really changed the game.
No one snots like
on
Viola
camera
like Viola Davis.
And then now there's other actresses that's not on camera. It's like, stop trying to be Viola.
Well, Viola started it all, and then they started teaching it in schools.
I love that you say Viola. Viola, it's Viola, but you think of the Viola.
Because she's so musical in the way she cries.
You put respect on her name.
Of
Viola.
Course. She is she's Viola to me.
You wouldn't meet Viola Davis and
I'd be like,
hello,
hey, Viola. She's like,
I'm
Viola, and she's doing her walk.
Okay. So we're at the party, and then the couple gets into like a little bit of a like, you know, kind of
a row.
But it's like
a row.
Whatever.
Ashley Case and Olsen's The Row.
Greg's losing it.
I'm completely losing my mind.
And so, but it's like fine, and I only notice it because Zendayo and I are so close. And then at a certain point, Zendayo is like, hey, can I talk to you in the coat room for a second? And so I'm like, sure, we go in, and he's like, I don't know, like, I don't know what's happening. Like, what can you give me advice? And I was just like, well, if you're really having this issue, like, you need to talk to Tom and be like, hey, like, we're having some issues, and like, just communicate like directly. Like, if you're feeling all these doubts, like, you should not be talking to me. You should be talking to them.
Right.
And Zendayo's like, you're so right.
Right.
Then I leave the coat room, and as I open the door, Tom is there.
Oh.
And Tom's like, what's going on? Like, why were you? And I was just like...
Ear to the door.
Yeah, literally. And so then Zendayo's like, Tom, you know what? Why don't you come in? And then I was like, what? And at that time, I forgot to mention, everyone at that was also being like, we need to leave the party now.
Yeah,
the party is dead. And I was like, well, I just have to go into the coat room for 1 second, and then we'll leave the party. And then, so I leave, and then Zendayo and Tom are in the coat room, and then Zendayo was like, can you just kind of guard the door? Like, and I was like, well, we were supposed to, and literally like closes the door. And so then I'm like, fuck, they're like now going to be breaking up, and I'm like guarding the door. All the rest of my friends are like
trying to leave,
being like, what are we doing? And
the host as well. It's like, I need to leave.
I was literally like, well, just leave, and I'll stay behind with them. And they're like, all of our stuff is in the coat room.
Oh,
and I was like, well, it's just gonna be quick. It will be really quick. And then I was like, maybe they're not. And then I was also like, I couldn't say that they were breaking up because I was trying to be like, have integrity and not like be like, I don't know. They're like, why can't we go in there? I was like, something's happening, but they asked for some privacy.
Right. And you know what's happening because you just gave them that advice.
And that's where I'm.
You're like, you should break up.
When I said you need to talk, like, do it at the party. I was like, tomorrow when we're sober.
Now is not an appropriate time.
So I didn't really think it through, and then I was like, fuck. So now all my friends are mad at me because they want to go in the room.
You communicated a little too clearly, actually.
You know what? Exactly. I'm a really good communicator in that way.
And that's where your Zendaya integrity comes from.
Thank you.
The Integratron.
But in that moment, it's sort of backfiring because I'm like, they're all mad at me because they want to go into the thing. And then I'm like, well, I need to give them and I can hear because my ear it's not at the door, but I can basically hear what they're saying.
And
I'm like,
the cup to the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, well, guys, it's just give me a couple minutes. Cut to like literally like 45 minutes go by. Everyone's upset with me. I'm sick of being like kind of near the door. And then they're like, we need to leave. And then I was like, okay, like I think it's about to end. And then literally another like guy who I don't know, who I can't really be like, hey dude, you can't go in. But so I was like, so he's like, I need to get my stuff, I'm leaving. So then I was like, okay, because I don't know him. So then I was like, so then he goes in, opens the door. They're both like sobbing. So then they're like, we'll continue this later. It's like the worst time to end something.
Sure.
So then they come out like literally like so kind of embarrassed, like tear stained at a party that there's only like 6 other people at. So everyone knows what's happening. It's not like busy enough for you to get lost in the crowd.
Yeah, of course.
All the friends have to pretend like they don't know what's happening. And then I'm like, guys, like, let's go to the party now. And they're all like, the party's like over. Like because it was at that point, it was like too late.
You'd waited too long at the bad party. The good
we
party
did end up going to the party, and I was like, guys, it's not over, and it really was over.
It was, of course.
So I sort of...
It was over in so many ways that night.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I was kind of the drama in the sense of, like, I ruined 2 parties and kind of a relationship.
Yeah, that checks out. Yeah. That's a typical Friday for you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I wasn't there that night, though.
Yeah. It's funny because I actually do picture you being there. It's weird how the brain works.
Interesting.
I picture you being mad at me, but you're not one of them.
Well, you picture me at a boring party.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
So it would make sense.
Yeah. Well, and now it's time to picture us on a break.
Totally.
Yeah.
Welcome back. And it's time for Diva Down. Mm-hmm. Diva Down, of course, is our final segment where we take a person, place, or thing that could use a little bit of our unsolicited advice because they really need it, whether they want it or not. And our Diva Down this week is Kristi Noem.
Yeah.
You know, we don't love to get political on this podcast, so we're not going to now. You know, but Kristi Noem has been having a bit of a rough go of things.
And also, she sort of brought this on herself. We can say that.
Unfortunately, I mean, karma is working on her. And so she's having a bit of a rough week. A rough time. She was recently let go from her position as sort of like the spearheader of ICE. Department of Homeland Security. Yeah. Hopefully this means we don't have to see her in our airports anymore. But also, even more recently than that, it's been discovered that her husband, Misty Noem?
He was wearing some women's clothing or
he might have
a breastplate. We are not really sure, but
he appears to have an affinity for, as they are saying on the internet, cross-dressing. Where to begin?
I mean, I think to cut right to my advice is, you know, she sort of famously spent like hundreds of millions of dollars. I don't know how.
On her face?
Well, I don't know, but a lot of money. Like doing like a glorified ad for herself that just like ran in every airport like times infinity. And that's like sort of why she also got let go, because it was like, why did you spend all this money on this ad?
She doesn't appear to be a great person. Let's
And I think, and also like now we're in this situation where it's like because of all the money that we've given to ICE, we have no money for the TSA workers. And so now we're having ICE like they're not even running, but they're like guarding the airport. And it's like
not good.
It's such a shit show.
Right.
And it's like, these like terrible humans, these ICE workers are so well funded, and then these like godsends of people, the TSA workers who get paid like literally minimum wage to do like sort of a thankless job, are working for free. And I'm sort
Which
of
everyone loves to do.
Yeah, exactly. And then that's going to make you, then when we're at the airport, it's like, do you want a TSA agent who's not getting any money? That's literally hell on earth. So my advice is, Kristi, you need to become your husband's manager as he goes into Drag Race, because I think that's sort of where he's angling.
And he could do you on Snatch Game.
Exactly.
It's like a full 360 thing, because she loves the promotion.
She does. And I'm like, I think you guys need to do some sort of like husband and wife team where he's sort of the drag queen. He needs to be working for those dollar bills, and then all of those tips should go to the TSA workers.
That is a great way to give back to this country that you so incredibly served.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is making me think of a question, Greg.
Oh, sure.
This is something that I wanted to bring up 2 weeks ago, but it just popped into my head.
Okay.
Which is, which drag race drag queen would you be most excited to see live at your local bar?
Which drag race drag queen would I like to see? I would say, and it's you know, it might be an easy answer because she is having such a big moment, but Katya. I just love Katya so much. She's so funny. I would love to, obviously, like, she's gonna have to talk.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I don't see her perform that much anymore. So, but she's become such a huge star since Drag Race.
Yeah.
That I would just love to see her do a performance, because whenever you do see like Katya doing something, like she'll be like in the air or something. I just feel like she's doing something so original and unique. And also I've always been told that, like, of anyone on Drag Race, that's who I am. But Katya and I also share a birthday.
Oh, interesting.
Which is really
interesting.
Which is like
1800.
Yeah. We're both in our 170s.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, that's like a good... I feel like I want to go, like...
Earlier.
Well, no, I'm actually going to go later, surprising. Like, the two queens that actually popped in my head, which is so shocking to me, is... And they literally competed against each other. This is so funny that these are the first two I thought of. It's either Sasha Colby.
Oh,
or kind of Anitra. Like, I feel like Anitra would literally, like, I would love to see her dance live. I would love to see the two of them. Which is so funny because it's like a couple seasons ago. But also, I think
they should go on tour, please, together.
Sasha, some of her performances that have gone viral off of Drag Race, amazing. I would love to see that performed live.
Okay, well, back to my advice.
Back to Christy, and what is your advice?
Well, I totally agree. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think they should go on. He should go on Drag Race. Yeah. They could do the family resemblance thing, because he is kind of serving Christy. He's like learned a lot from his wife, like visually. Yeah. And they could do family resemblance, Christy and Misty.
Yes.
You know, Misty Gnome.
Yeah.
And no, I actually like want to shout out to him and like give him a second, because like I actually think it is so, well, my advice to him is keep doing what you're doing. Yeah. Because I think it is so unfair to be outed in general. Like when you don't want to be like not on your own terms. And I feel for this guy. I think he, obviously, like, gets something out of it, and I think it's really unfair that he's associated with someone who is so, like, in need of attention, and all of her attention is, like, predicated on doing the most horrible thing, and, like, finger pointing and, like, taking people's rights away and everything. And I feel like I don't know him, but, like, he might be, like, probably is like a very normal guy who like did not ask for all this attention. And I think it's so distorted and like unfair that like people are making fun of it.
Yeah.
I have some advice for him, and I would suggest actually maybe going down a cup size or two, because I see those jugs
the back
that he's wearing around, and I'm worried about his back and his support system in general.
Well, he doesn't have any.
Right. I think he's gonna need to get a new to support himself in better ways, with whether it be the people he's around, and also I think he needs to get smaller tits, and thankfully it's a non-surgical procedure for him, but I am worried about his back. I hope he's bracing himself properly.
I'm actually, and this is, I don't want you to get mad, but I'm gonna completely disagree. I want Jimbo size boobs, and
he's serving Jimbo.
Big O Jimbo.
Jimbo.
Yeah. And by the way, that's another one. I would love to see Jimbo live.
Yes, I'd love to see Misty Gnome go on tour with Jimbo.
Yes. And we'd be like, who's who? No, that is such great advice.
And I hope that he is able to sort of continue to express himself a little bit more openly.
Out of doing something that might have brought him joy.
Exactly.
And with that,
we're
going to close out this episode.
With that, follow us on YouTube, follow us on TikTok and Instagram if you don't already, at Missing the Pod. And Cynthia, congratulations on joining the producerial team of Cats the Jellicle Ball on Broadway. Now on Broadway.
What a great partnership.
It is just, I've never seen, it's like us with Tehaba, which hasn't happened yet, but will soon.
And it's all, and right now we're doing 1 and 1. We're the Pure Leaf and Tehaba, whichever one, it's a competition.
Whoever gets to us first, and it's a tortoise and the hare situation. They're both the tortoise, you know, but they're coming. They're on the way.
You're so right. Guys, 5 stars and above.
Please.
Leave us a comment.
Wherever you can.
Know how much you love us.
Totally. We need it. We need it now more than ever.
Yes.
All right, but we love you.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Miss Thing Podcast is created, executive produced, and hosted by Greg Trimmer and Tim Zintek.
It's produced and edited by Benji Simons, with cover art and additional creative support by Claude Zines.
Follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Miss Thing the Pod.
New episodes drop every Tuesday. Watch on YouTube or listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Please subscribe, rate, and review, but only raves. Strictly 5 stars and above.
Follow Greg at Greg Trimmer and Tim at Tim_Zintek on all social media. BONK!